I'm on RD Asteroid, a beautiful open map that takes place on what I assume to be an asteroid for, well, obvious reasons. It's gone through many changes since it was first introduced, built to feature an entirely new game mode to Team Fortress 2, but now it's been abandoned, leaving behind these unique little robots that have since lost their path. Pun intended. But why was it abandoned? What's with the robots? And is there any hope to see a return of this map or game mode? Stick around to find out. To start off, let's go back in time to July 8th of 2014. After just around a month since the Love and War update had released, the Team Fortress 2 developers released some exciting news. Through just a click of a button on TF2's old quick play menu, players could now access the beta map pool, featuring a selection of different maps and game modes that no one had ever seen or heard of before. As you can imagine, many players were excited to playtest these new maps, featuring game modes such as Payload, Manpower, and Pastime, which were eventually added, and one of the most interesting game modes from the start of the beta, where the player's main objective was to destroy robots, giving it its name, Robot Destruction, or the acronym RD for short, followed by the map name. Now, the concept sounds simple enough, but there were a few added twists as well. Besides being a spin-off off of the player destruction game mode, where instead of attacking players for points you attack robots, clearing out a certain level of robots would let you destroy the next level of previously invincible robots that have more health but dropped more power cores, which acted as points in this game mode, awarding the player or team for progressing further into the enemy's base. The game mode also acted as a game of capture the flag, allowing you to steal and charge up the enemy's reactor core at the end of each team's spawn. This will let you steal up to
300 points
if you were to successfully bring it back to your own side. In terms of map design, I believe Valve tried to make it as successful as they could by following a very similar style to an already existing capture the flag map that many players have come to love. And that map is 2 Fort, with features such as the flag being tucked away in the back of each base, having a middle bridge with underground tunnels that would allow you to navigate the enemy territory more sneakily, and the overall map being symmetrical. Valve probably thought players would accustom and enjoy the familiar layout. I mean, it even has water. Another map where I could pyro shark. Of course, not everyone at the time of playing this beta game mode enjoyed it either. You'll always find differing opinions on the internet. Similar to how not everyone is a fan of 2 Fort or the Capture the Flag game mode for that matter, but it might be worth giving it another go to see how it holds up years later after multiple weapon balances and class changes, along with being something for new players to discover and old players to look at what could have been and relive the nostalgia. Even so, it's tough to find a community server hosting the game mode, as I would imagine it's mostly forgotten, and there's not many community-made maps free either. What about official servers, you might ask? I'm up to queue for some robot destruction right now. Well, to break it to you, you won't find any official RD Asteroid servers like you used to, as a result of one of Valve's worst updates released to Team Fortress 2. And that update is... God damn it. Meet Your Match was a complete step backwards, as they had then completely removed the option to queue up for beta maps, which was quite literally Valve's most efficient way of collecting data through multiple playtests rather than having a limited amount of Valve employees in a server who probably haven't played Team Fortress 2 in months or years at this point. Like legit, I don't believe a single employee has gone above the tier 2 casual level, and I personally don't blame them. Joining high-ping servers while facing cheaters? Nah, I'll pass. Had they decided to keep the option to queue for beta maps, we probably could have had time to test newer maps before release that have gotten a lot of flack lately, giving more time to map makers to polish their creation before official release, instead of releasing the map fix a week after release, when most people have already made their firm opinion on it. Thanks, Valve. Back to the topic. Since the release of Meet Your Match, nothing has come out about RD Asteroid. After its release in 2014 and almost 5 years since its disappearance in 2016, it's pretty safe to say that it was abandoned. Is there any hope to see this game mode again? I would probably lean towards no, and I would bet it would be more likely for them to finish Payload Cactus Canyon over Robot Destruction Asteroid, because Payload is already a popular game mode that is easier for new players to grasp. At the same time, whenever Team Fortress 2 randomly receives huge updates for alternative game modes out of the blue that had been otherwise untouched by the creators, and players for the most part, I still hold a little hope that maybe we'll see something eventually, as unlikely as it is. As for now, the community seems to be taking the reign of most of the content that's been released in the past few years. Cosmetics, war paints, and maps, which, funnily enough, includes a new version of RD Asteroid, which is on the table if Valve wanted to proceed with a space-themed update made by the community. But that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed the video, click like, and I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs, so a subscription is always appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.